There are some mysteries that have been puzzling investigators for decades, and unfortunately, there are some cases that get even more confusing as time goes by. That's because sometimes new evidence comes to light that only raises more questions than it does answers. In this video, we're going to be looking at one such case that happened all the way back in 1969. So put on your detective hats and get ready to solve this cold case with us. This is the disappearance of Mary Sullivan. Back in the late 1960s, Mary Sullivan was just an ordinary Boston University student trying to make her way through life like most of us. On March 1969, the young woman was taking classes at Boston University, working as a waitress at a local diner, and living with two roommates in an apartment near campus. She was also enjoying a long-distance relationship with her boyfriend, Frank, who was studying to become a priest. The two had met after he slid into her DMs and started chatting with her online. Just kidding. It was 1969, so they actually wrote letters to each other. But regardless, their relationship seemed to be going well. On the evening of January, Mary got off work at around 11 p.m. and called Frank to tell him about how her day had gone. According to Frank, they had a nice chat and Mary sounded happy. He said that she told him about some upcoming exams that she needed to study for, but that she was feeling confident about them nonetheless. During their conversation, Mary mentioned that she was heading home from work and that she would see him again soon. Little did Frank know that those were the last words that he would ever hear his girlfriend speak. As far as we know, Mary never made it home that night, and nobody knows what happened to her. That's right. We don't know if she died or if she's still alive today. What makes this case especially bizarre is that not a single piece of evidence has ever turned up that could give investigators an idea of where she might be. Her body has never been found, and neither has her purse, car, or any of her personal belongings. For a while, it was believed that she may have simply run away, but there was no indication that she had taken any of her possessions with her. When Mary didn't show up for work the next day, her boss grew concerned and called her roommates to ask if they knew where she was. They didn't, and after she failed to show up for several days straight, they reported her missing. The police began searching for her throughout the area, but there was no sign of the young woman anywhere. One of the biggest obstacles that investigators faced was that no one could agree on what Mary was like. Was she the type of person who would leave without telling anyone? Or was she responsible, caring, and always kept in touch with her loved ones? It turns out that the answer depended on who you asked. Her mother told reporters that Mary was the type of girl who would never miss work unless she was absolutely sick. Her roommate told police that Mary would often go days without being seen, but that she would always call to let someone know where she was going. According to her, Mary was supposed to be attending a party that night, but she never showed up. This was very unlike her. After interviewing Mary's friends, family, and colleagues, the police were able to piece together that she had many acquaintances, but very few close friends. She kept mostly to herself and didn't seem to have any enemies. Investigators also spoke with her boyfriend, Frank, who reiterated that the two had spoken the night before and that Mary had sounded fine. He told them that Mary was the type of girl who wouldn't just run away from her problems, and he believed that something bad must have happened to her. The case quickly went cold, and for years the police believed that Mary had simply run away from home. Her family never gave up hope that she would be found, and they continued to search for her for many years after she disappeared. Unfortunately, it seems that the longer the case went on, the more confused it became. In 2005, a construction worker renovating a house in West Roxbury, Massachusetts, came across human remains in the basement of the building. The bones had been hidden behind a wall and were covered in concrete. At first, investigators thought that they might have finally found Mary, but after examining the remains, it turned out that they belonged to a completely different missing person. To make matters worse, it would appear that the grim discovery only made the case of Mary's disappearance more mysterious. You see, when the police searched the home where the bones were found, they uncovered other items as well, including women's clothing, jewelry, and old duct tape. While none of the items were definitely linked to Mary, investigators felt that they were worth looking into. One journalist even claimed that the police found a lock of blonde hair in the house that they believed may have come from Mary. Unfortunately, the DNA testing that was done on the hair did not match Mary's DNA, and if that wasn't bad enough, there was even more strange evidence uncovered during the investigation. For example, there were reports that Mary's glasses were found in a storm drain near her apartment. A woman who wished to remain anonymous said that she had seen a pair of glasses in the drain, and she believed them to be Mary's. The police retrieved the glasses, but once again, they weren't able to find any evidence to link them to Mary. Even stranger was a tip that was given to the police about an old Volkswagen Beetle that was abandoned in a parking lot. The person who called in the tip claimed that they had seen Mary enter the vehicle, but that was the only lead that it provided. To this day, we don't know what happened to the Volkswagen Beetle, or if Mary really was seen getting into it. But even with all these false leads and red herrings, there is one thing that the police know for sure. Mary was never in any known organized crime rings. She wasn't involved in any gang activity, and she didn't have any known associates that would want her dead. She was a regular college student who lived a quiet life. So why would somebody want to harm her? Unfortunately, the truth is that we may never know the answer to that question. As time has passed, more and more people have come forward with theories about what happened to Mary, but none of them have any real evidence to back up their claims. Some believe that she was the victim of a random crime, while others think that she was kidnapped by a serial killer. There are even some who believe that she staged her own disappearance. What do you think happened to Mary? Do you think that she is still out there somewhere, or do you think that she is dead? Let us know in the comments below. It's important to remember that this is a real case involving a real missing person. Even though the media often covers up these types of stories, the fact of the matter is that there are thousands of people who are missing right now. In America alone, over 600,000 people are reported missing every year, and almost half of them are under the age of 21. If you or someone you know has gone missing, please contact the authorities immediately. Also, if you have any information about this particular case, please reach out to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can call or text them at 1800, the number for missing kids. You can also submit a tip on their website. As for this case, it remains open and the FBI is still looking for answers. Maybe one day we will learn what happened to Mary, but until then, we can only speculate. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the next one in the series, and thank you for watching.